Hello friends, welcome to insightsias initiative weekly current affairs week number 42. In case if you miss out the previous weekly current issues, you can find in the playlist that is weekly issues. Now without any further delay, in this video we are going to cover about further 6-7 topics in this particular weekly current affairs. These 7 topics are: number 1, India is now the world's largest solar power generation. If you know already, tell me what are the first 2 countries. This is related to environment and energy. Education in mother tongue, it is related to constitution and government policies. Mammoth, world's largest direct air capture and storage unit plant. This is also related to environment and it is related to Iceland. Of course, it is completely different from the carbon capture method. You might have already heard about that method. UN Counter-Terrorism Fund, IR, India donated certain amount of the money to this fund. We'll discuss. Aravalli region, again environment. Supreme Court given certain directions regarding the mining activities in Aravalli region. So in which countries it is applicable, we'll see. And you all know that Aravalli mountains are the oldest folded mountains. Okay. Hague Convention, this is related to the protection of properties and IR and convention. And finally Cook Islands, this is related to, you can call it as environment, because they are doing some deep sea mining which may be helpful for the electric cars and critical minerals related to the electric batteries. So these are the 7 topics we are going to cover in the weekly current issues. Let's see. Topic number 1. This is regarding the solar energy. You know, the students, in terms of the solar energy, India became the 3rd largest production in terms of production in 2023. After the USA and China. These are the first 2 top countries in terms of the solar energy. And regarding the solar energy, India is already taking up so many initiatives such as PM Kusum, that is regarding encouraging the solar pump set, and PM Ajay, solar powered street lamps, and even we are encouraging the solar parks. Apart from that, we are also encouraging the rooftop solar, solar rooftops, around 1 crore solar rooftops we are encouraging. If you know what is the name of the scheme, recently it was launched by our Prime Minister. So these are some of the activities taken by Government of India. Apart from that, at the international level also, we established International Solar Alliance along with the France on the lines of COP21 Paris Climate Agreement. You know that. So these are all our contributions regarding the solar energy. And let's see. India surged past Japan to become the world's 3rd largest solar power generator in 2023. In terms of the installed power capacity, India is in the 5th and Japan is in the 3rd rank. China, USA, these are the 2 major producers ahead of India. China leading, after that USA. Next, this report is published by Global Electricity Review 2024 by organization Ember. This organization findings, it is saying that to the world energy, renewables are contributing around 30% of the world electricity for the first time. So it is a very significant step, you can call it as. Contributing 30% renewable is very significant. Actually, this report is saying that in 2023, there is a significant growth in terms of contribution from the renewable energy. Okay, and out of this renewable energy, solar energy growth is very highest in 2023. And to the global growth, India provided around 5.9% of the global growth. India targets. India is trying to achieve renewable energy of around 500 gigawatts by 2030. And we would like to meet around 50% of the energy needs through non-fossil fuels by 2030. Apart from that, you also already know that by 2070, we would like to achieve the net carbon zero emissions. Okay, this was one of the announcement by our Prime Minister at COP26 as a part of the Panchamrit program. Next, topic number 2, NAP, language policy, national education policy. We are discussing this topic because recently CBSE has recommended that children should be educated in their mother tongue. And here we will try to recollect national education program policy, what it is saying regarding the mother tongue language, and even the national education framework policy. Apart from that, what are the constitutional provisions? And here they are using some tools, some primers to encourage the basic language skills and numerical skills in children. We will discuss about that. And apart from that, we will also discuss about International Mother Tongue Language Day. Okay. First we'll see CBSE is supporting teaching children in their mother tongue language or their regional language from an early age. And this is going to be in accordance with the National Education Policy and National Curriculum Framework 2022. As a part of this, They introduced around 52 primers in various languages. Who developed these primers? NCERT and IIL. So what is the main aim of the primers? These primers will encourage learning and numerical skills among young learners. They are saying that National Education Policy 2020 is also encouraging children to get education in their mother tongue language till grade 5, if possible till grade 8. This is what National Education Policy is saying. National Curriculum Framework, they are saying that mother tongue should be the primary medium of instruction to children up to the age of 8 years. This is the National Curriculum Framework. Not only these policies, even the Constitution is also saying the same thing. If you know Article 350A, 350B. Article 350A is saying that cultural minorities, they have all the right to get the education medium of instruction in their mother tongue language. And Article 350B deals with the special officer for linguistic minorities. And the right to education, Section 29 of the Right to Education Act is also promoting the instruction in the mother tongue whenever possible. Next, here we would like to discuss about some of the programs. NISTA FLN, it is about National Initiative for School Heads and Teachers Holistic Advancement. This is the program towards teachers. It is also promoting teaching in mother tongue, regional languages and home language, so that students can understand the education in their early age in a very effective manner. International Mother Language Day, Mother Tongue Language Day, 21st February. It was proposed by Bangladesh. Based on that, UNESCO adopted this proposal. Yulu Proclamation by UNESCO. It is emphasizing the importance of preserving and promoting the linguistic diversity. So as we are talking about the linguistic means, so tell me students, how many languages got recognized, mentioned in Schedule 7? How many languages mentioned in the Schedule 7? And how many classical languages in India? How many classical languages? Next, third one. This is about the carbon direct, from direct air capture, we will try to capture the carbon. Actually, we'll go back to the first topic name. World's largest direct air capture and storage. Direct air capture and storage plant. The project name is Mammoth. So first we'll try to understand the working mechanism of the direct air carbon capture. Okay. So this direct air capture and storage, first air directly drawn through these fans, it will send into the plant, it will be filtered, and the released air will be the CO2 free, and the rest of the captured carbon, it will be subjected to certain amount of the heating process. Then further carbon dioxide free air will be released and the carbon dioxide will be stored. So this is the carbon dioxide direct air capture and storage plant. How it is different from this carbon capture technology? The difference is, generally carbon capture technology, they will be set up where the great amount of the emissions are happening, whereas this one, it can be set up in any place. For example, if you feel there is a lot of carbon in nearby Delhi, so the plant can be established at various locations in Delhi. It will just absorb the air and it will release the carbon dioxide free air. So this is on the pilot basis. It started in the Iceland. It is mainly designed to remove carbon dioxide directly from the atmosphere at any location, not needed to be the emissions place. And the captured carbon dioxide, it can be permanently stored in deep geological formations, or it can be utilized for any other purposes. Okay. Next, this plant, it is mainly aiming to reduce the global warming and reduce the CO2 levels, so that addressing the climate changing concerns. So these are the areas it would like to address. Next, India. So here UN Counter-Terrorism Trust Fund, and before I forgot actually, here as this is in the Iceland, we have to know about the Iceland map pointing here. Beside the Iceland, on the western side Greenland, on the eastern side you can find Norway, UK and Ireland. Iceland is present in Norwegian Sea, and you have to tell me whether Iceland comes under the Arctic Circle or not. Whether it is coming under the Arctic Circle or not, you have to tell me. Next, so India contributing around $500,000 to UN Counter-Terrorism Trust Fund. What is this fund is all about? This fund will contribute to the counter-terrorism operations by the United Nations Office of Counter-Terrorism, UNOCT. This office will oversee UN Counter-Terrorism Fund. and it is also works with the UN Counter-Terrorism Center. What is this UN Counter-Terrorism Center does? It enhances the visibility, advocacy and resource mobilization for the UN counter-terrorism efforts. And India is also domestically, with the help of financial intelligence units, with the help of this organization, we are keep tracking on the anti-terrorism activities. Next, UNOCT global programs, countering financing of terrorism and countering terrorist travel program. These are the two separate programs undertaken by the UNOCT. The first one, it is strengthening member states' capacity to understand the terrorism risk. That means broadly, it gives information regarding what kind of potential risks they are going to have from the terrorism. Whereas countering terrorist travel program, it will assist in detecting and countering the terrorists and terrorist movement from one country to another country. India is always proposes the supports the global peace, like Vasudhaika Kutumbikam, and violence in any form will be condemned severely by India. That is in the philosophy of the Indian foreign policy itself. Next, Aravalli mountain range. So recently, Supreme Court given a direction to 4 states such as Delhi, Rajasthan, Haryana and Gujarat. And these directions include, so no fresh mining lease should be awarded in this Aravalli region. These orders are based on the reports from Central Empowered Committee. This committee studied this Aravalli hills and 100 meters buffer region around this Aravalli hills, and it recommended that no fresh mining lease should be granted. This Aravalli range, they are the world's oldest folded mountains, and in terms of the youngest folded mountains, you know that Himalayas are the youngest folded mountains, and it is a home to diverse flora and fauna. Significant rivers originating like Chambal, Banas and Luni from the slopes of Aravalli mountains. 2021 regional plan. Actually, to conserve the Aravalli mountains, a regional plan was developed by governments which coordinating the Delhi, Haryana, Rajasthan, and this development plan they adapted like NCZ. NCZ is about the protected area around the Aravalli region. This plan was passed by NCR planning boards, National Capital Region planning boards, and they designated NCZ zone. And the next one, this is regarding the protecting the cultural assets during the wartime. The Hague Convention. Recently, UNESCO celebrated the 70th anniversary of the Hague Convention for the protection of cultural property in the armed conflict. Normally, during the armed conflicts, cultural property at the risks. You know that when Taliban took control over the Afghanistan, they damaged certain cultural properties. Same thing happened with respect to ISIS when they took control over certain areas in Syria and Iraq. Next, this is the first legal framework solely dedicated to safeguarding the movable and immovable heritage. This Hague Convention not only deals with the properties in the wartime, it also deals with the peacetime conservation as well. This convention is signed by 135 member countries. India is also one of the member. This convention is supported by additional protocols like 1954 protocol and 1999 protocol. These protocols also, they are enhancing the protection of cultural properties. And not only this, even UNESCO is also protecting the cultural heritage sites by giving the tags of UNESCO World Heritage Sites. So in India, how many sites got the UNESCO World Heritage Sites? How many places got the UNESCO World Heritage Site tags? Next, Cook Islands. What is the specialty of the Cook Islands? Why we are discussing? Cook Islands, along with the New Zealand, they are conducting the deep sea mining for the minerals which are going to be useful for making electric cars. Now we will see Cook Island. Cook Island is actually, it consists of 2 separate islands, northern one as well as the southern one. Okay, and one of the island is a coral atoll. Coral atolls are the corals which forms around the submerged volcanic mountains. They are coral atolls. Next, Cook Islands, in association with New Zealand, these islands are doing deep sea mining exploration for minerals crucial for the electric car batteries. You know that for electric car batteries, lot of lithium is also required along with the rare earth minerals. India is also trying to do this kind of deep sea mining activity by announcing the Samudrayan mission, which employs Matsya 6000 vessel. These Cook Islands, they are the self-governing islands. That means they are not the colony of any particular country. They are present in the South Pacific Ocean. It consists of two islands. Northern island is low-lying coral atolls, and the southern one is made up of larger volcanic activities. And the capital is Avarua. Next, last video question. Which of the following statement about Interpol is not correct? Interpol is an agency of United Nations. It is wrong. It is not an agency of United Nations organization. Now let's see today's video questions. First MCQ question. What is the Batagay crater? Read the four statements, pick the right one. Next question. Which of the following statements about Article 350A of the Indian Constitution is correct? We discussed about this particular one regarding mother tongue language. Next, World Migration Report is published by. These are today's video MCQ. As we reach to the end of this video, in this video we mainly discussed about following 7 topics as a part of the weekly current affairs, and this is the detailed analysis regarding the weekly current affairs week number 42. I hope this video is useful to you. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much.